The staff track or your own thing, everyone treats it like a ranking. It isn't. And this Friday, I want to take the ranking apart, honestly, from both sides. I keep meeting people apologizing for the track they're on. The staff engineer apologizes for staying. I know, I should have gone off and built my own thing by now. The indie builder apologizes for leaving. I stepped off the real career path. I'll never be a principal anywhere. Two opposite apologies for two opposite choices, and both apologies are wrong. Not because both choices are equally right for you, because the thing they're both apologizing to, some ladder where one of these sits above the other, doesn't exist. Tenet 1 said the leverage is real. Tenet 2 said where it wins. This Friday is the career choice those two facts put in front of you. Here's the picture everyone carries in their head: a ladder, junior, senior, staff, and then somewhere above staff, founder, as if leaving were the next rung. Or the reverse ladder, where staying senior forever is the fate you settle for. But watch what actually happens at the top of the climb. The ladder doesn't continue, it splits. Two directions out of one junction, and neither of them points up, because up stops being a direction the moment the paths diverge. Leaving isn't leveling up, staying isn't settling. It was never a ladder, it's a fork. So take the staff track seriously on its own terms. What does it actually compound? Scope first. Problems you will simply never meet solo. Systems with millions of users. Failures that only exist at scale. Then scale itself. Your decisions get multiplied by an organization, so one good call moves more than one person ever could. And peers. You sit next to people better than you every single day, and that sharpens you faster than any course ever will. Add the quiet fourth, institutional leverage. The brand, the infrastructure, the distribution. You rent all of it just by being there. That curve compounds early, and it keeps climbing. Anyone who tells you staying is settling hasn't looked at what the curve is measured in. Now the other path, measured in a different currency entirely. Building your own compounds ownership. Everything you ship stays yours and keeps paying you after the work is done. It compounds optionality. Every asset you own is a door you can open later. Sell it, keep it, let it fund the next one. And it compounds range, because nobody's coming. You become the designer, the marketer, the support desk, and every skill you were missing becomes a skill you have. Notice the shape of that curve. Flat early, painfully flat. Then it steepens because owned things stack. It doesn't climb faster than the staff curve, it climbs a different chart. Put both curves on one stage and the trap is obvious. Your eye wants to ask which line is higher. Wrong question. Look at the axes. The left one is measured in scope, scale, and peers. The right one is measured in ownership, optionality, and range. The curves cross once and they end within a hair of each other, and that's by construction, because there is no shared unit that ranks them. You're not choosing more or less, you're choosing which currency your next decade pays out in. A trade, not a tier, and anyone selling you a winner is reading a rank off a chart that doesn't have one. One honest warning before the verdicts, because the build path has a habit of not warning people. 3 costs nobody puts in the sales pitch. The fork itself. The day you take it, the ladder's story about you ends, and you have to be okay with nobody handing you a title again. The money. Nobody hands you a number either. You have to price your own work, and most builders get that wrong for years. And the marketing. Being able to build it was never the same thing as being found. That job lands on you too. The fork you just paid, that's this episode. The money and the marketing are the next 2 Fridays, because each of them is a tenet of its own. So, honestly, no tribe. Choose the staff track if this is you. You want problems that only exist at scale, in the organization that comes with them. You'd rather go deep than wide. One craft, sharpened daily by peers who are better than you. Predictable money genuinely matters right now. Family, mortgage, the season of life you're actually in. And you'd rather be excellent inside a machine than responsible for the whole machine. If most of that lands, staying isn't settling. It's choosing the compound you actually want on purpose. And choose Build Your Own if this is you. You keep collecting skills outside your job title, and it bothers you not to use them. Owning the outcome matters more to you than the size of the outcome. You can survive the flat years, financially and emotionally, before owned things start to stack. And the three costs, the fork, the money, the marketing, read to you like a price list, not a warning. If that's you, leaving isn't leveling up. It's the same trade in the other direction, and it deserves the same lack of apology. 4 moves, start to finish. The apologies, both wrong, because there's no ladder to apologize to. The fork, 2 directions out of 1 junction, and neither of them is up. The axes, staff compounds scope, scale, and peers. Build compounds ownership, optionality, and range. And the verdicts, an honest choose it if list for each side, and permission either way. Put them together, and they're one tenet. And that's tenet 3, 2 paths, different compounds. It sits right on top of tenets 1 and 2. The leverage is real, and small niches are where it wins, because that's exactly what makes the fork a real choice instead of a fantasy. Pick the compound you want to live inside, then stop apologizing for it. Next Friday, the first unwarned cost comes due. If you build your own, you have to price it, and the number you say is the number you live with.